Good morning. It's day 3. We are currently camped at Roby Lake. We're a little ways away from the lake, so it's kind of hard to see. There's, bushes and trees everywhere, but it's about 6:30 in the morning, probably about 45 degrees. I'm dressed pretty warm right now, though I probably don't need to be. The other two are still sleeping, but I'm assuming that we're going to be getting up and around here shortly, having our breakfast and packed up and ready to go. We have about 6.5 miles, and the first 3 miles is going to be uphill, and then the last 3 miles should be downhill and smooth sailing. So I'll see what I can do in getting some good footage today, and stay tuned. Okay, I'm about 30 yards down trail from our campsite. I'm going to go ahead and walk you through the campsite to see what it looks like. I'm not going to talk at any point during this because they're still sleeping, I believe, and I don't want to wake them up. But I'll kind of show you what it looks like. This is the trail as it goes around Roby Lake. To our right side of our camping, there's a big granite rocky area up here, and our campsite's down there. You can see my tent maybe, and then the lake is hidden back in here, but it's beautiful as usual. This is Pyramid Peak back here, and last night about 7 o'clock we saw 2 headlamps coming down the peak, and they were like at that little snow patch. You can see a snow patch up to the right there. So the hikers were up at that snow patch coming down 7 o'clock in the dark with their headlamps on. And we watched them come down the mountain there for about an hour and a half. It was around 9 o'clock when I went to sleep, and it looked like they had made it most of the way down, but that was just crazy. I'm not certain why anybody would want to do that. But let me go ahead and show you our camp. Okay. Okay, this is how we'll be heading out today. I'll show you a little view of a part of the lake. It's kind of a cove in the lake. So that's part of the lake. Not super easy access, but we can still get to it. Have a good morning. I'll talk to you shortly. Good morning. So we're heading back up to Lake of the Woods. There's Bob coming up. It's been a climb. Jeff is way up ahead. I stopped to wait for Bob and turn my video on. But we're climbing. We found a trail, thank goodness. We didn't find this trail yesterday, but we found it today. And yeah, we have quite a climb. We're going to climb to that rock. Yeah, we're climbing to that rock face there. When we get to that rock face, we're going to be turning right and continuing on to Lake of the Woods. And so you can see this is quite the climb. It's and there's the lake we stayed at last night, Roby Lake. And off that way is going to be Highway 50. There's Bob plugging along, and Jeff's way up there. I let him get way up there. He's a tall guy, so he has a big stride. Easy for him to make way. You can hear my heavy breathing. It's beautiful today. It's nice and sunny. It's gonna warm up fast, but yeah, I'll check back with you here shortly. Okay, we made it to the top of that ridge. We're heading towards Lake of the Woods now, hitting some foresty area. You saw this on the way in. This is where we came from. This is where we're heading. Bob is out in front of me, and then Jeff is out in front of Bob, leading the way. We should be coming upon Lake of the Woods here shortly. And then coming out of Lake of the Woods, we're going to have a substantial climb for a while. And then once we get through that climb, we should be, for the most part, done with the big climbing. There will be little ups and downs along the way, but for the most part, we'll be downhill to the parking lot. Today's mileage, about 6.6 miles. And I'd say we're probably about a mile and a half in now. Actually, probably just a mile. We've only been hiking for about 30 minutes, and we've made really good progress because Jeff found the trail coming up the ridge, which we couldn't do as we went down the ridge yesterday. Made it a lot more technical yesterday, a lot longer hike. Today, though, it's a lot easier. But this is the kind of hiking I like, with the tall trees, the forest, and underfoot you have pine needles, which make it very nice on your feet. It's nice and cool here because of the shade provided by the trees, so I love it, man. I love being out here. And these 3-day excursions are just perfect. It gets me out in nature, so I get my fill of it, and I can get home and get cleaned up and get back to eating the unhealthy foods again. Though you don't always eat healthy when you're out here either. But yeah, I'll keep you up to date as we continue our journey today. And yeah. Okay, this is the direction we just came from. We made it to Lake of the Woods. We're going to be coming upon our campsite here shortly. Jeff and Bob are out in front, but I'll take you through this area. It's beautiful. Lake of the Woods is a beautiful lake for the area. I just love this heavily wooded look. One of my favorite parts of backpacking. Again, it provides shade, cushion on your feet, and it's just very nice setting. Haven't really encountered any wildlife on this trip. Maybe some little chipmunks here and there, and a few birds maybe, but that's about it. And met a few people this morning already, but really not many people. I mean, I'm sure as we come around the lake here, we'll see some more campers, because this is a popular lake for camping. We'll be coming up on where we camped when we came through a few nights ago. I think it was somewhere in here. I don't know, but we're getting close. And the lake, it's a fairly large lake for the area. Looks like a good swimming lake, though I don't typically swim when I come out here. I don't like going in the water where it's all mucky and you sink down with your feet into the muck. Lake Aloha, which is further down a few miles, has granite slabs, which makes it nicer to get into. But yeah, this is it for now. I'll continue to keep you up to date as we go along. All right, so we made it out through our big climb for the day. We're heading towards Lower Echo Lake. I don't know, probably a few miles out, but at the moment it's really flat. I let Bob and Jeff get way out in front of me. We came across a number of different backpackers today, probably about 8 or 9, and they're spread out amongst us, some behind me, some in front of me. That's the way we're going. So you can kind of see what it looks like. And this is what it looks like behind me. And yeah, it's nice and flat here. Not much to see otherwise. But as we get closer to the Echo Lakes, the lower and upper, I'll get you back involved in my hike, because that's where it becomes very scenic. And I think you'll enjoy seeing it. So I'll check out for now. Okay, so Jeff is way out ahead of us. We've kind of slowed down a bit, but Bob and I are navigating our way through the switchback, and you can see how rocky and gravelly it is, and we don't want to injure ourselves like some people we've already come across over the last few days. That's Tamarack Lake, and this is a valley we're going down into that will lead to the Echo Lakes. Nice sunny day, fully exposed, and just trying to keep our feet from slipping and breaking our necks or any other part of our body. Hey! And we're coming across some hikers that are coming up. So there are people still coming in as we're leaving. It's a busy day actually so far this morning. But, all right, see you shortly. Okay, so we're coming down Tamarack Lake. You can barely see it, but this is the direction we came from, heading down into the basin and towards the lakes. It would be Lower and Upper Echo Lake. I'm going to be showing to you here shortly as we come down. You'll see them off in the distance. That's where we are heading. You'll see a beautiful view down there. You can see the lakes, and this is where we're going now. So let's continue on down the trail. And there's an overlook down there that has an amazing view of both lakes in tandem with one another. So I'll stop and show you as I get down there as well, but I thought you'd like to see it. It's wide open out here, a little warm today and sunny, and a number of hikers out and about. But yeah, I'll check in with you shortly. All right, continuing along, this is where I'm heading. Bob is still quite a ways behind me. At some point I'll probably stop so we can catch up. And Jeff, I haven't seen in quite a while, so he's probably down at Echo Lakes at this point. But I'm gonna have to go around this log here, which I remember doing on the way up. I like this area because it's nice and shaded. There's some people coming down. Bob is behind them. They have dogs with them. I want to stay out in front of them, so I'll check back with you. We're getting closer to Lower and Echo Lake. Lower Lake is in the Echo Lake is in the foreground. Upper Echo Lake is in the background, and I'm heading down this trail here. Again, Jeff is nowhere to be seen. My guess is he could be close to being back to the car by now because he's a fast mover. Hopefully we didn't hold him back. And this is a ridge line, and this is where I just came down. Stopped and waited for Bob. He caught up with me. He's since fallen behind again a little bit, but I'm guessing he's not too far behind. But yeah, here we go. Heading on down. Okay, it's about 1:30. We're a little over 2 miles out from the trailhead in the parking lot. We met up with Jeff at the water taxi sign. Water taxi is not running this time of year, but he went out ahead again. He's gonna get to Echo Lake, Upper Echo Lake, and then do some swimming while he's waiting for us because he likes to swim in the lakes. And Bob's back behind me, and it's, like I said, 1:30, 2.5 miles. My goal is to get into the parking lot by 2:30, try to get 2.5 miles in an hour. We'll see how I do. Right now the trail's flat and easy going. It's a little uphill. I know I'm going to be in exposed areas going around Echo Lake, but I think I can move fairly fast, and this is where I'm heading. This is what it looks like. There's Lower Echo Lake. You can barely see it down there. And then back behind me. And yeah, Bob's making his way up, and Jeff is out in front, and I'll do my thing. And my next video will have me somewhere around the parking lot and getting ready to head out to get home. So probably head home around 3, stop off and have some lunch, and then get home in time to watch the tape football game, Minnesota Vikings and Green Bay Packers. We'll see how it goes, and yeah, see you soon. All right, just came up to the south end of Upper Echo Lake. There's some beautiful little cabins on this lake. It'd be nice to know how these people receive their cabins. I want to imagine that they're probably hand-me-downs from their parents or grandparents, but I'd like to know the history, how people got their cabins up on this lake, homesteaded and so forth. But there's Upper Echo Lake in all its beauty. That's the direction I'm going, and this is the direction I'm coming from. And here we go. Let's get there. Okay, I'm about a half mile out. That's my destination, the parking lot and boat ramp. This is where I'm heading. This is Upper Echo Lake here, and that's the direction I came from. You can see some walkers going down with their dog. I'll tell you, it's a beautiful weekend, 3-day hike in Desolation Wilderness. The weather's been in the 70s in the daytime, but it feels warmer. And I really did dial in this hike this time. I mean, I chose the appropriate gear. Everything I brought I used except for my rain poncho, which is understandable, but it's nice to have. And I brought the perfect amount of food. I have a teeny bit left if I need it, snacks and all, but not too much that I'm carting a lot out, or not so little that I wished I had more. So yeah, it worked out very well, and I feel getting myself more prepared for next year in my hike of the AT. Now I understand that the hurricane that went through that area recently did a lot of devastation to the lower part of the Appalachian Trail. All of you are support people, so I'm hoping and praying that they're going to be able to recover, and that, you know, obviously I can continue to hike, though my need to hike can be pushed off if need be, but I really hope that I can still do it. So we'll have to see. All right, so I'll have to set it down for now. I'll pick it back up again when I get to the parking lot, but I wasn't paying attention and almost fell. So anyway, here's a dog coming up. I'm guessing an owner's following. Yep. And here you are. All right, back at the trailhead. That's where I came down from. Bob's still up there somewhere. So yeah, there's some trail mileage. I have to cross this little steel bridge here and into the parking lot where Jeff has probably been waiting for about a half hour or more. He's said he was going to try some swimming. Hopefully he was able to do that. And once I get in, I'm switching out to my t-shirt and taking the pack off, using the bathroom, and yeah, maybe even changing my shoes. We'll see. But here's the lake at lake level. I'll spill off here. Steel bridge. Take you around the corner here to the parking lot. We'll call it good. There it is. There's somebody going out into the water, taking a little swim. Looks like somebody on the far end over there. So, yeah. Try to find myself some shade up here and camp out because it might be about 30 to 40 minutes. Anyway, there we are. We made it. And thank you for watching.